Dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum.
Bum 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 bum. Are we?
What?
I don't know.
I was doing Avengers.
Oh, is that what that was?
Dum da 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 dum.
I thought we were just.
I don't know. I can't actually. I would play it as an example, but then
we get copyright striked.
Then we go to. Then we go to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought we were making fun noises.
No. 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 How's it going?
Probably a little better than you.
Feels weird starting this episode without putting on a total ruse and being like, hey.
Have you seen this film? So have you seen Thunderbolts?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes, I have.
Son of a...
Have you?
Have to watch something. Yeah, of course. That's why I asked you the question.
Well, we could still...
Why don't we just talk about it?
We could still... let's just talk about it, I guess. Hello and welcome to the Movie Men Podcast.
We are the B team.
And
the greatest team of all. Show us your teamness.
I mean, this is
supporting us on the Patreon.
That's not a great Russian accent.
It's not from me. That's not a bad thing.
It's not from you. It wasn't horrible. No. As you can tell by the title of this episode
and the Russian accent
and this real subpar preamble that we've done, we're here reviewing Thunderbolts. I think this is the
Thunderbolts starry asterisk.
This is the first new release that you and I have done since Brave New World.
Yeah, which wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't that long. It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So coming hot off the heels of that hot trash, it was fine. It was not great, but it certainly wasn't like I can probably name at least 5 worse MCU films.
It had an identity crisis, and even though it had that identity crisis, it still was passable.
Yeah. So we literally just came from seeing Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So it's hot in our cerebellum.
Steamy.
What's your cerebellum do?
It's smoking up the old machine upstairs.
What does the cerebellum do? Cerebellum, often called the little brain, plays a crucial role in coordinating voluntary muscle movements, maintaining balance and posture, and facilitating motor learning. It essentially it's without your
cerebellum.
Without your cerebellum though, you wouldn't be able to play video games.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thanks, cerebellum. So initial impressions, we just jump right in? Okay.
Yeah. What'd you think?
It's not without its flaws. There's a couple of things where I'm like, there's a couple of maybe not necessarily plot holes, but like some things that I'm like, that's convenient, or, what? Having said that, this movie is fantastic. This movie is really the next MCU film we do will be Fantastic Four. This movie, this is a great movie. Mm-hmm. This movie was, not only was it so much fun, not only did it sort of deliver a little bit of like the MCU Suicide Squad kind of feel, which was great, a little bit, but it also just gets deep and dark and deals with a lot of like it's not just sort of a shallow turn your brain off kind of film. There's some, it goes into some dark the film goes some dark places, but like some dark and possibly relatable for a lot of people places. But no, I thoroughly enjoyed this film, and while you're giving your initial impression, I'm going to pull up the films from the multiverse saga.
Sure.
Because I'm curious where, like, in terms of the films that we've gotten since Endgame, like where does this fall?
Where does it rank?
It's high.
Yeah. So my initial impression would be, yeah, I think this film real good. Make me feel the feels.
Yeah. Okay. Real good.
Does things to my noggin and my heart and makes me go, okay, we going there. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. And in terms of like feeling the feels, yeah, like it's been a while since a Marvel film made me kind of like really kind of choke a little bit.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh man, they're hitting the heart spot.
Oh god, like with the little girl and the little girl gets shadowed.
Yeah, the gut checks and yeah.
Like it's got some like catch you off guard.
Yeah.
Holy crap moments.
I think the best way to kind of like explain that sort of that heart feel that it gives you is that it does a great job of getting you invested in or in this case, reinvested in these characters who, for the most part, most of them have been sidelined.
Yeah. Which, I mean, okay. So let's dive into this, and I want to play a quick little game with you here, but before we do that, let's just get the elephant out of the room. Marvel? My voice cracked. Marvel? The MCU, Kevin Feige apparently hates Taskmaster because in Black Widow, Taskmaster got done a little dirty, and I went in going, okay, this could be like the redemptive arc for, I don't even know why Taskmaster is on the poster. Like, she's in it for,
it's a misdirect,
2 minutes. And then they not like, and it's not retcon. They just kill her. Yeah, she's gone.
She gets headshotted. She's not coming back.
And she's all not Loki. For films killing off main characters, especially these like Marvel films. Even though it's kind of, there's a YouTuber online that refers to Marvel as the fake death MCU or the MC fake death U, because deaths never actually seem to. Sometimes they do, but for a long, like Coulson didn't actually really die. Loki has died how many times? Yeah. Right? Like it's like, oh great, they're back. Even when Natasha's killed in Endgame, yes, chronologically her character's still dead, but they followed up very shortly after with a Black Widow movie, and you're like, let me feel something here for a bit. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
That movie was just poorly timed.
So I'm all for that.
Came out a lot earlier.
I'm all for them killing off characters. I do think this is something we'll get into. I think there would have been some far more impactful deaths that they could have chose to go with. I think Taskmaster was kind of a character within the limits of the MCU that none of us care a ton about. So it was shocking.
Yeah.
But I'm not walking out of it going, holy crap, I can't believe they killed Taskmaster. It's just kind of like, okay, I didn't think we would ever even see Taskmaster again. So the fact that now she's dead is whatever.
Yeah, and I don't think you're supposed to feel anything about Taskmaster being gone. Because, and like I said, like in that initial impression, kind of saying they did a great job of making you feel for these characters who essentially been sidelined or shelved. Yeah. Because that's what, with the exception of Bucky Barnes, they were legitimately characters who they were side characters, plot device characters, or antagonists. And once they were kind of dealt with in their films, they're kind of like put on a shelf, and we don't know whatever happened.
I think there's an exception to that.
Which was
Yelena. Because not only was Yelena a big part of the Black Widow movie, but she's shown up in how many shows now? She was in like Hawkeye.
She's in Hawkeye.
She was in she's in some others.
Is she?
I'm pretty sure she is. Hang on.
I'm pretty sure she's just in Hawkeye.
Hang on. Or she shows up in post-credit scenes of things, or she shows up like, I'm pretty sure we've seen her multiple times here. Appearances. Come on, Wiki. Don't do me wrong. Don't do me dirty. It's the MCU Wiki.
But to the point, even if we give those two, the other three characters, including
yes, it was just Hawkeye, but she played a bigger role in Hawkeye.
No, it was a big role in Hawkeye, right? So I'll give you that, right? But you've got three other characters, if you include Taskmaster, who essentially, once they were defeated or their storyline wrapped up in whatever show they appeared in, they're put on a shelf and potentially were never going to be used again, right?
I didn't think we'd see Ghost again.
Yeah. So this is essentially Kevin Feige and whoever else is writing this film going, okay, we need to bring together the team of misfits. Who's available?
Yeah.
Whose stories haven't been touched yet? Okay, Ghost, Yelena, obviously we need her because she's going to be a main. We got Bucky Barnes, he's going to be a main. We got fake Captain America. So they're just pulling people.
He's U.S. agent now.
Yeah, and then we got Taskmaster. Okay, let's pull Taskmaster. Oh, but if I'm Kevin Feige, I'm going, yeah, but I don't like Taskmaster. So let's take him off the shelf just to get rid of him.
So in the comics,
I keep saying him because Taskmaster is a guy in the comics, and in the comics, Taskmaster is actually really freaking cool.
Yeah,
and if done, they did him properly in the film. I don't know what Kevin Feige's beef with him is. Maybe it was just the way he was portrayed in the films, but
in the films. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Taskmaster being a female in the films. It was still just a crummy character. Like it just didn't.
Well, there
was no.
Yeah, they made Taskmaster's ability more of a Red Room science experiment.
Yeah.
Rather than this sort of
the daughter of the leader,
but it's a scientist. Like her abilities are due to scientific experimentation, and less to do with photo recall, which is an innate ability that in the comics Taskmaster has, and he's able to replicate.
I want to play a quick game with you here.
Anyone's abilities.
All right, let's go through the multiverse saga real quick.
Sure.
And just yes or no, is this film better than that MCU project from the multiverse?
Wait, better than what? Are we benchmarking it against Thunderbolts?
Yes. Is Thunderbolts better or worse than?
Better and worse than.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
yes, no, better, worse than.
Obviously, we haven't gone through the whole review of it. We haven't formed all our thoughts, but just sort of gut reaction.
We're benchmarking, yeah.
With the acknowledgement of Regency bias. Because we literally just watched Thunderbolts.
Right. So let's go yes, no, equal.
Yeah.
Let's add a third one in there just to kind of give some variance.
And we're going to do shows too. So WandaVision.
WandaVision. Better.
This is better than WandaVision?
Yeah.
I agree. Just. Like WandaVision's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. As a show, WandaVision took a little bit to get going.
Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier. This is way better.
Way better.
Loki.
Ooh. I'd say equal.
I'd say equal too. Black Widow. This is better. Black Widow is great. Black Widow gets a lot of unfair shit.
Black Widow's biggest problem is it came out in the wrong time.
Poor timing.
Our timing.
Yeah.
Not MCU in the universe.
It was our timing, both because it was immediately following. Like it should have come out.
It should have came out before the Infinity Saga.
It should have come out right after Civil War.
Yes, exactly.
And it also shouldn't have come out several months into COVID or a year into COVID when no one could go see it.
Yeah.
So did you give an answer?
To Black Widow, I'll say equal.
What if this movie is way better than What If?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Equal.
I think I like this movie a little bit better. I really like Shang-Chi, but I think I like this a little bit better.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Eternals. This is better.
Better. Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Better.
Yeah, I do like Hawkeye.
Was good. This is better.
This is better. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Worse. I think No Way Home is better.
Is it just because Toby and Andrew are in it?
I think this is a team origin story. It's not the origin. We already knew these characters' origins.
Yeah. Well, but it's Sentry. We get
Sentry, sure. But it's an origin story no matter what way you cut it. With No Way Home kind of being the culmination, the finale of a trilogy, and the way they handled it, it hit all the right notes. It wrapped things up really well.
Yeah.
And at the same time, kind of, it didn't leave us with like a cliffhanger ending, like I wonder what happens next. It left it open for like, there's something more can happen.
Yeah.
But it left us in more of a hopeful situation.
Because we know now that Spider-Man 4 is in production.
It leaves us in more of a hopeful position, right? Because nobody's in danger.
I'm torn on this one. I'm going to say equal.
Okay.
Moon Knight.
Oh, this was better than Moon Knight.
This is better. Again, I think Moon Knight catches a lot of crap that it isn't necessarily entirely guilty of, but it had issues.
I think one of the biggest problems Moon Knight creates is the same thing that Eternals does, is that it creates a bunch of like MCU questioning, like, okay, this is a thing in the MCU now. What does the rest of the MCU think about it? And they never talk about it again.
Not yet.
Not yet, but like, I mean, we're how many films and TV shows into it?
Yeah. No.
And like, how many did it take for them to...
And that's something
How many did it take for them to even acknowledge the fact that there's a giant Eternal sticking out of the ocean?
Yeah. Well, it's not an Eternal. It's a Celestial.
Celestial.
But,
yeah. So it's just like, it's that...
Yeah.
It creates...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a problematic show.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
This is better.
I really like that movie.
I do too, but this is better.
Do you? You really like it? Because a lot of people don't. A lot of people.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. But
it's better than the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is equal. Miss Marvel.
This is better.
Miss Marvel was really good though. The show.
The show? Oh, I was thinking Captain Marvel.
No.
I guess it's not Captain Marvel, it's the Marvels.
I'm still going to say this is better, but Miss Marvel was really solid.
Yeah, this is still better. Yeah.
Thor, Love and Thunder, this is way better.
Yeah, this is way better. Yeah.
We're not going to count I Am Groot because that was just
those were some shorts.
She-Hulk, this is way better.
Oh, yeah. This is miles better than She-Hulk.
I'm going to skip the one-offs too, like Werewolf by Night and stuff, because that's not like...
Well, those are like 1 hour films. But
yeah, but is it even like something like Werewolf by Night? It's like, is this even ever? Was this just like a fun little side thing?
Was Werewolf by Night the only feature presentation? Is that what they're calling them?
No, the other one was the Guardians Holiday Special.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. This is way better than Quantumania.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Guardians Volume 3. I don't think this is as good. Guardians Volume 3 was so good.
Yeah. Man, this is tough because I said Spider-Man was better.
With like Rocket's backstory and stuff.
I said Spider-Man was better because, and I gave the reasons about, being a finale of the trilogy. And this is kind of like the exact same scenarios.
Yeah.
And both of them handled the kind of culmination of those trilogies exceptionally well. Oh, man.
I think Guardians 3 is better than No Way Home.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I agree with you.
Now, I've only seen Guardians 3.
Which means I have to say that this is not as good as Guardians 3.
I've only seen Guardians 3 the once. I've seen No Way Home, I think maybe 3 times, and I will tell you that with each rewatch, No Way Home is not as good. It's still great, but the shock and I think walking out of the theater, so much of the holy shit, that was incredible, was Toby and Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
And so when the spectacle of that is worn off, It's not as good, but it's still great.
The positive shock value
Yeah.
carried it a lot in its initial stages.
The film The Marvels.
Viewings.
This is better.
Oh, this is way better than Marvels.
Echo. This is better.
This is better.
I liked Echo. You didn't.
I did not like Echo.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
This is better.
This is better. I was
Deadpool
let
and Wolverine
down.
is a fun movie,
It's
but it's
fun.
not a great movie.
It's not a great movie. I wouldn't even say
It's not great cinema.
it might be my least favorite of the Deadpool movies. Yeah. Neither of us have seen Agatha All Along yet.
No.
I got to get on that.
I don't know if I'm gonna.
Oh, apparently it's amazing.
I don't know. We'll see.
Brave New World, this is better.
Brave New World.
Captain America, Brave New World. The one we just watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm trying to remember what Brave New World was about.
And something I haven't
because
seen.
it has an identity crisis, and I don't know what it was about.
Something I have not seen yet.
Daredevil?
Daredevil.
Ah, yes. I have seen this. Daredevil does a really good job of recapturing the Netflix series feels. I'm going to say is it equal? If it's not equal, it's just ever so slightly better, this film.
And I am excited for, this is just probably the moment to mention, I am excited for a series that we are now 1 month out from, that I know you have no interest in. And I kind of wish we were still reviewing TV shows. Maybe the day will come where we do that again, but we're now about a month out from Ironheart. And I'm looking forward to Ironheart.
Interested in Ironheart.
But you know that now with the way the MCU works, I guarantee you, if you don't watch Ironheart and Agatha All Along, then going into Doomsday, there will be shit going over your head. Because this is just the way that the MCU works.
But I seen a trailer for Ironheart.
Yeah, it came out like a week ago or something.
And I was just like, there's nothing new. There's no, like, you're literally telling Tony Stark's story, except, like, there's nothing new here. It doesn't feel like, from the trailer, it doesn't feel like anything new. Like, they're trying to build her up to be this new, fresh face of, but it's like you're knockoff Iron Man.
Yeah, I disagree, but I mean, we'll see when the show comes out. So this is a good spot to segue into a beef that I have, not necessarily with this film specifically, but with the MCU as a whole. Listen, don't get me wrong, I like this movie. But this movie, to me, was a reminder of the greater problem of the MCU. There's been two problems with the MCU. Problem number one is they've been putting out, like, their batting average has dropped from what it was during the Infinity Saga.
The quality.
The quality. Yeah. Well, I mean, every so often you get a project that comes out and it's great.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot more stinkers in there than there used to be.
You get a Spider-Man, you get a Guardians 3.
Because there were stinkers before.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Thor.
Thor, Love and Thunder. Or
Dark World.
Dark World was not great.
Yeah.
And I thought there was another stinker in there somewhere.
Not many people liked Iron Man 3.
I really like Iron Man 3.
On its own, Iron Man 3 feels weak, but in viewing the larger story of the other two, it's
essential. And it's a great follow-up to Avengers. Tony dealing with the PTSD from. Wait, so anyways, so that's issue number one. Issue number two has been that now it's just a massive, like it got too big.
Right.
It's gotten too big.
The multiverse and space.
Not even the multiverse. Just too many. There's just too many characters. Too many projects mean too many characters. and stories that so much like what you were talking about, like it took how long to acknowledge the giant celestial being sticking out of the ocean?
Right.
And while watching this, there was a moment where I thought to myself, they're like, oh, there's like, stronger than all of the Avengers put together, blah, 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 when they were describing Sentry.
Right.
And I was like, oh. Well, somewhere out there, we have Gaia, who actually currently right now has all of the abilities of all of the Avengers, including the Hulk, including Thor, including Groot, including, right? And so
you didn't mention Secret Invasion in your list.
Oh, did I skip Secret Invasion? Yeah. This is better than Secret Invasion.
This is miles better than Secret Invasion. Secret Invasion isn't even on the list for a reason.
There are worse MCU projects than Secret Invasion. Don't get me wrong. There are. Secret Invasion
was pretty bad.
It's still better than Quantumania. Quantumania is probably the worst thing the MCU's ever put out.
I think Quantumania is just problematic because, there's CG. The CG was pretty bad and
it was just boring. It was just awful. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
I think they're both on the same level of awful.
But so,
sure.
I mean, it's just the issue. Like, I think back to, and I yearn for the days of, like, even leading right up to Endgame. Yeah, there was a lot of characters, but I tracked with it. We knew where everyone was. We knew what they were up to. And it all kind of made sense in the world.
You don't even need. So we talk about, like, it took Brave New World to acknowledge the Celestials sticking out of the. You don't need to go in depth the way Brave New World did to acknowledge the fact that there's a Celestial sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
Right? Like in Hawkeye, in conversation with Kate Bishop about why Hawkeye is out of the game, right? He could have been like, what am I going to do? I got a bow and arrow. Almost kind of like the Quicksilver.
Yeah.
No, he had it with Wanda. The conversation he had with Wanda.
What am I going to do?
Right? Like, I got a bow and arrow. There's a freaking monster sticking out of the water. There's two Egyptian gods fighting in Egypt. What am I going to do with my bow and arrow? Yeah. Are you sure you want to go down this? Like, that's throwaway lines are all you need to do to quote unquote acknowledge what's going on in this universe.
Which actually would have
they don't do that.
Which would have led to a great conversation where the response to that is, yes, the same bow and arrow that you had when a hole opened up in New York City and aliens from another world were coming in, and you stood your own, right? Like,
but instead of
would have been great.
Instead of having great dialogue about what's happening in the world, they just completely ignore what's happening in other movies and shows.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are massive world-changing. That was one of the great things about the Netflix Defenders shows, right? They never overtly talked about the things happening in the films.
Well, because
right?
at the time
but there were you saw like people reading on a newspaper article. There's things about like Iron Man or whatever.
In the Defenders shows, or just in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No, I'm talking about in the Daredevil and Iron Fist.
I didn't know. I didn't realize they ever referenced the MCU.
They call it the Battle for New York. They call it like the event or something like that, and it is referenced a handful of times. But then you see like newspaper clippings and stuff on the TVs in the background, like makes you go, oh man, okay, so this is part of the MCU.
It's connected.
It's connected.
At least Netflix wanted it to be, and then they got their wish.
Yeah, but like that is what the MCU has needed to do since Endgame, because these massive world-shaping events have happened, and they're not acknowledging them. Yeah. And up until Endgame happened, the only big world shaping events that we really saw was the battle for New York. Everything else was big, but it was kind of local. Like
Ultron. What happens in Ultron was big,
right?
An entire city was raised and then dropped.
Yeah,
led to the.
But by that point in time, the following that film, you get Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, you get the Sokovia Accords,
which totally deals with that issue, right? Like we're dealing with it almost immediately.
Yeah,
the repercussions of that film, right? And up to that point, Battle for New York's the big thing.
Yeah, everything,
right? And that one's mentioned plenty of times throughout.
Everything felt connected.
Yeah,
things don't constantly feel connected anymore.
The only things that aren't referenced are minor 101 battles from individual films, like Whiplash is never mentioned again, and what's his name from Iron Man 3,
which that's
the
fine.
Extremis stuff. Like those are smaller events. It makes sense that those aren't referenced because they're not global shaping events.
I'm
like
sure
Battle
people
for
are
New
talking
York.
about them. We just aren't privy to those conversations, and that's fine.
But like Battle for New York and Sokovia are huge events.
Do you just say Unork?
New York?
I think you just said Battle for Unork.
Whatever.
Well, I said I just thought you called me a Nork, and I don't know what that is.
World-changing events in the MCU, and they're mentioned for the rest of that saga.
Yeah.
Right? They're even still mentioned.
I guess I'm okay with the Gaia thing just because maybe Gaia's laying low.
Well, yeah. I don't know what the hell that's just a problematic thing to begin with.
This is a weird thing.
Poorly written.
How do you deal with that? I don't know. How did that ever slip past the... Anyways.
Because somebody saw the Super Skrull in the comics and was like, oh, this guy's got the Fantastic Four's abilities. Let's give them everybody's abilities.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
I'm sure that's exactly how it went.
It probably was.
So I've got some nitpicky things, if I can. Nitpicky thing number one was I don't know how it seems really convenient that once we're in the I don't know what the shame room realm.
Sure, the void.
When we're in the deal, when we're in the universe? Void. Well, no, because the void is the void at the end of time. That's a different.
Well, that's his name, Void.
Yeah, I guess.
Void verse.
When they're doing the shame rooms thing. It's really convenient that all together at the same time, the rest of the Thunderbolts figured out how to get to where Yelena and Bob were.
That was all at the same time, especially when we just saw that Yelena had struggled to even get there in the first place. Mm-hmm. She almost needed permission from Bob.
And it sounds like they sort of allude to the fact that that's not where they all just ended up. They did all go through, like Bucky acknowledges, yeah, I saw some shit on the way here, right? Mm-hmm. Like she says, like, you know, what did you see? Are you guys okay? And Bucky, really great line. Bucky goes, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I have a great past, so I'm okay." Right?
Obviously not.
Not. Right? Some dark shit. He probably saw himself killing Tony's parents.
Yeah. Oh man, one of the What If episodes is Red Guardian stopping him from doing that, and it becomes a buddy cop episode.
You were talking about that.
It's a really great episode. It's what If episodes should be, and it was amazing.
So that was a little odd to me, I will say. So that's a nitpick. I think that's kind of dumb. When they're escaping from the Ox facility.
From the bunker?
Yeah. It kind of seems like it sort of happens off camera. The camera just sort of tilts over. But it seemed to me like it was implying that John Walker punched his shield through like a 4-foot thick concrete wall. Oh, I found an opening.
Yeah.
What? Okay. That's like 4 feet thick.
The crazy part of that, like, okay, he's super soldier. He's strong. Good. It's probably going to take him more than one punch to get that big of a hole.
Oh, for sure.
And the whole time they're having a conversation, we don't hear a bong.
No.
Bong.
We just hear one, and then there's this massive. Also, yes,
sure.
A super soldier. What the hell was that jump?
That was a big jump. We've seen Steve Rogers make pretty big jumps before, though.
He jumps really 60
high,
feet in the air.
Yeah.
We've never seen a super soldier.
Maybe he does a couple wall jumps.
No, we saw him go straight up. We saw him go straight up like he had rocket thrusters.
If he was, you know, now that I'm saying it, if he could do that, why isn't he like wall jumping? He should totally be able to wall jump, like jump from one wall to the other
like
other.
Thrust your shield into the wall and kind of climb up that way.
Oh, if you can break through the concrete.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the only other thing, this is a little nitpicky. It's not a huge deal, but I was a little like, really? I'm all for the MCU referencing the MCU. I'm all for the MCU staying relatively small. I've already mentioned that.
It's gotten too big. Yeah.
Grow the MCU, but don't do it like it just exploded wide and you have loose threads all over the place. So I'm all for it referencing itself and staying small and staying whatever. Having said that, the fact that Valentina is the one that bought Stark Tower, I was just a little like...
Hard to believe, is it?
Well, it just felt like we've talked about this many times before. I think specifically in the MCU, there is nothing wrong with good member berries. Mm-hmm. Sometimes member berries are amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes they're necessary, like referencing a celestial sticking out of the water.
This felt like a real hit you over the head, cram it down your throat member berry.
What is it? Which one was it?
Just the fact that it's Avengers Tower.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are.
The tower itself. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And she's like, "Oh, can you imagine all the battles that have happened here? Blah blah blah." And you're like, "Okay, all right." And the movie ends with, to me, another, like, it just sort of sets up another ridiculously stupid loose end in the post-credit. Well, not only in the post-credit scene, but just in the... I mean, we have to talk about both the post-credit scenes. But, like, so Sentry Bob doesn't die.
No.
I think Bob should have died.
No.
Because now you have this guy who has these abilities, but based off the post-credit scene is saying, but I can't use them because if I use them, then the other guy comes out.
Yeah.
To me, this is another loose end. That is something that you are either going to have to explain it to us in a subsequent film. One of three things will happen. You'll explain it to us in a subsequent film, how he's overcome that, and he's dealt with it. And so now we get to have Sentry. Or, option 2, we just have useless Bob existing out there in the MCU. Or, option 3, you're going to Professor Hulk it to us, and in a quick throwaway line, "Oh yeah, I'm sure glad I overcame that."
Yeah. In the comics, Sentry is that power. He's literally Superman, but his kryptonite is
he's more than Superman.
Is that he's got the he's got this other side that he can't control. And that keeps him from kind of going all out. Now, in the comics, he can use his light side powers.
Yeah.
Still, without always having the bad dark side powers take over. but I think it's an interesting character dynamic to play with. He is a little like pretty OP for the universe, the MCU specifically, because the MCU has downplayed some of the strengths. They're strong. Like the Hulk isn't as strong as the Hulk should be because he's smart Hulk now. Like,
right. I think he was when he was Hulk.
I think, yeah, like, and there's, I guess they still have that potential. Like, there's still the potential for World Breaker Hulk. Or World War Hulk.
I don't think we're going to get World War Hulk.
No.
Just because.
Well, they don't have they need to have full rights to film rights.
They need to have full film rights to Hulk. And also, I feel like they tried to do, well, okay, yeah. They could do they haven't touched World War Hulk. A lot of people are like, do Planet Hulk. And I was like, have you seen Ragnarok? Like, that was their sort of, we can't actually do Planet Hulk, so we're going to give you Ragnarok, and that's sort of us touching on that subject matter without actually being able to do Planet Hulk.
They've given us, with She-Hulk showing us Scar, Hulk's son.
So dumb.
Really dumb. But they have set up the ability to be like, okay, Hulk had a relationship with somebody on Sakaar. There is a potential to do World War Hulk at some point.
Do you know why I love that they included Scar in She-Hulk? Because it is now a definitive thing. Because I've been, like, since the birth of this podcast, and you and I have gotten in arguments about this on the podcast, and I've been screaming this at the top of my lungs forever now. And finally, I can point definitively at something and say, hey, just because something works on the comic book page does not mean that when you translate it to the big screen, it will also work. That is why, A, a lot of characters will never see the light of day on the big screen, and B, that's why sometimes when adapting something to the big screen, we adapt it. We take it and we go, okay, but in order to ground this a little bit, in order to make it a little more plausible within the world that we have built, we're going to make some minor tweaks.
That right there is the key line, right? Within the world they built.
Yes.
So within the MCU that they've currently have, they have to potentially change and adapt characters to make them work, right? The counter argument there is, if the world hasn't been built, or you're building the world from the ground up, there's no reason not to stay true to form.
Sure. But, like, you know, the perfect example is, and I've made it very clear, I'm not a huge, I appreciate them, but I don't get horny over the Christopher Nolan Batman films. I love Batman. He's my favorite character of all time. But I don't get horny about those films the way that it seems like 90% of the internet.
Like Pete?
It's just the best ever. Well, no, just like everybody in comment sections, right? Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan should have been the head of DC, not James Gunn. What are you talking about? I saw a post. Did you
see the third Batman film?
I saw a post today. That was like it was a crossroads, and on one side it was an image. It was a crossroads that was trying to get you to do the like,
pick one or the other.
Like for this, heart for this, laugh emoji for that. And it was just a crossroads, and on the left side of the crossroads was James Gunn, and it was a heart. And on the right side, it was Zack Snyder, and it was a thumbs up, right? And everyone's thumbs upping. And I'm reading the comments, and people are like, dude, Zack Snyder's not an option. Let it go. It's not, like, the only way forward.
Not anymore.
It's not going to happen. Grow up. But so anyways, yeah, so even though I'm not a big fan, or I'm not a crazy fan of the Zack Snyder, or of the Christopher Nolan Batman films, Bane, the way he appears in the comics does not work in the world that Christopher Nolan set up in the first two Batman films. It just doesn't work. A guy that when he hits when he's pumped with venom, he grows to 4 times the size and becomes engorged, and it doesn't work.
The growth side of it, I'll agree. I think the way that they did Bane,
you could have made him a
doesn't make
Spanish fighter a wrestler who you could have done that.
Well, I mean, he wasn't really that in the comics.
He kind of is. In some iterations, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, well, there's a few, but like in most iterations of Bane, his origin in the Nolan films is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
In terms of the venom toxin, they still could have done that, making him like feel stronger,
some
more
kind of junkie. They could have had him injecting something with syringes.
Most drugs or upper drugs make you feel invincible.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they could have
done that. There's no reason that
he
could have had a little, okay, I feel stronger. I feel less pain.
Even some sort of aerosol that he was like inhaling. Yeah, no, totally.
But anyway.
But they
could have done his mask properly.
I digress. But that's the thing that pisses me off constantly is that
I agree with you though that they need to make changes to it.
We get so excited in the comics, so excited when they decide to do they did a graphic novel and they did a really interesting different take on this character. Like, in this run of Captain America, they changed Red Skull and that was a really interesting run. And then a filmmaker decides, hey, I'm going to do an interesting thing with this character, and this same people that get excited about the creative liberty that comes with adapting a character in the comics get all pissy and bent out of shape in the films.
I would say that 60% of the time you're right. 60% of the time people are excited or accepting of changes, but there's 40% of the time that people are just like, this is dumb. Why did you do that?
Sure.
There's still but that's
art.
It's fandom.
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing about fandom. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
Right? People love these characters since childhood. 30, 40 years of their lives invested in and financially and emotionally and time.
Yeah.
And they've got opinions. And they have ideas of their own about how they should be treated.
Yeah.
And I think it's completely fair for somebody to feel hurt and dejected when somebody does their baby wrong, quote unquote.
I quote unquote. And I think that
they're allowed to have their opinion.
You're allowed to have your opinion. You are allowed to not like the direction that something goes in, as long as you know as a fan. Like, and I'm in this category too, right? I'm not a big fan. I don't like Christian Bale's Batman. I don't think Christian Bale made a good... I don't like the... right? But I acknowledge that many people do. I don't. To me, live action, what I grew up with, the Batman I fell in love with, is Michael Keaton.
Right. Lego Batman, best Batman. We agree.
And so, no, that's not what I said. But I also understand that when it comes to Christian Bale's Batman, when it comes to anyone's Batman, and this sounds ironic because we literally have a podcast where we critique and talk about film and when it comes to Star Wars and DC and the MCU, we critique adaptations of things. But I recognize that on the whole, if you zoom way out and look at the big picture, my opinion as a fan who has never made a Batman film, does not own any of the copyrights or has never actually I have no right to Batman. My opinion means precisely dick. Means nothing. Carries no weight.
I half agree with that statement. And I would say I half agree with that statement with evidence pointing towards something like Sonic the Hedgehog. My opinion.
Oh, you'll make more money if you impress the fans. 100%.
Yeah, my opinion of how Sonic should look and act means dick, because like you said, I have no rights to it outside of just being a fan. And the money that I put into it, that can sway.
Yep.
If more people have my opinion. So Sonic, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, their first their first trailer had a horrific version of Sonic,
and many people agree.
And most people, a lot of people, were outright vehemently opposed and vocal about
people from Vietnam. What do you? No, I get. Yeah.
they disliked it.
Yeah.
Vocally
yes.
and aggressively.
Yes.
So, to the point where I don't have a right or a say. Yes, but if my opinion aligns with enough other people who have a similar opinion, then I might not have a right, but my dollars speak.
Yes.
If they align with other people's whose dollars
and the
speak.
Important distinction in that situation.
Because at the end of the day, it's corporations that have
money.
the rights.
It's the only reason.
And those corporations care about money.
100%. And that hits home on something I've said many times too, is that, and I think you've disagreed with this at times, but it sounds like you're in agreement with me here. The Sonic the Hedgehog people, the people making that film, are not making a film as a gift or as a favor.
They're not necessarily fans.
Or as a something to the fans. Like here's one for the fans. It's
not
to make money.
Henry Cavill.
It is a business. It is a business.
Yeah.
And to that extent, in the important distinction, it was absolutely the smart move for the studio to change the animation of Sonic. However, that studio did not owe an obligation to the fans to change it. It was smart for them to.
No.
Because ultimately it resulted
I'm not saying they had to.
No, 100%.
But because they want their movie to make money.
Yeah.
And they want to keep the rights to Sonic.
Because at the end of the day, it is a business.
Yeah.
Because
there would not be 3 coming soon 4 Sonic films if they didn't make that change.
And this is highlighted by the fact that, so recent news that Jeremy Renner, who is a big, loves the Hawkeye character, loves the MCU, right? They all got those Avengers tattoos together. He recently disclosed that he was approached about season 2 of Hawkeye, to which he was offered half the salary that he was for the first season, and he told Marvel to get bent.
Yeah.
No, not doing it. Why? Because I got in a bad accident? Because I'm half the guy now?
Yeah.
No, go to hell. Right? And so it is. At the end of the day, it's business.
Yep.
I'm an actor for hire. Right? Yeah. Sorry.
He still has...
Recast me if you want. I'm sad that I won't be a part of this. I'd love to play the character again.
It sets a standard not just for him being hired again by other studios and stuff at lower rates, but it sets a standard for anybody else in the MCU potentially.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner took a pay cut. You need to pay
especially after what Scarlett Johansson went through with the Black Widow film. Anyways, so let's we sort of touched on the second post-credit scene. Let's really hone in on that second post-credit scene because we've already sort of touched on it.
Sure.
Interesting that going into Doomsday, canon is that for at least 14 months, the Thunderbolts do act as they are the acting
they call
Avengers.
Themselves Avengers.
They are the acting Avengers based out of the former Avengers Tower. They have jets. They have, you see Bucky's got like an Avengers, a altered, but does have like an A logo on his chest. So they are the new Avengers for at least 14 months. Now there seems to be some conflict. I mean, there seems to be some conflict because in this post-credit scene, they set up both Fantastic Four or nod to the fact that Fantastic Four is coming.
So can I just pause and slightly back up? So what you're going to be talking about is we've got Thunderbolts at the post-credit scene happens 14 months later. But there also touches on some subject matter from Brave New World, the end of Brave New World, and sort of what Brave New World kind of sets up with Sam.
Sam being
right. So I just Googled how long after Brave New World does Thunderbolts happen, because I'm assuming it happens after, because more often than not, with the exception of Black Widow,
there's a couple
MCU films happen chronologically.
Ant-Man and Wasp happens kind of concurrently.
So the events, AI is telling me after Googling it, the events of the movie Thunderbolts occur after Captain America Brave New World, which are set in 2027, Brave New World.
Right, because we had a time jump with Endgame.
Yeah. Brave New World 2027. Brave New World takes place between November 2026 and the first few months of 2027, which makes sense because it starts with the finalization of an election, which usually happens at the end of the year. This means that Thunderbolts is set later in 2027. Additionally, there's the 14-month gap at the post-credit scene, which takes us to 2028.
Yeah.
So AI is telling me that it takes place a few months. This film takes place a few months after Brave New World.
So the post-credit, the second, like the actual, not the mid-credit scene, but the post-credit scene establishes three things. One, this crew is the acting Avengers for 14 months. They call themselves that.
One of.
Yes. They're out there working as good guy, public-facing crime fighters.
Yeah, Avengers.
Calling themselves the Avengers.
Because of the end of this film, with government backing.
With Valentina kind
Valentina's
of in their pocket.
She's a government agent, and she's backing them in her pocket.
She's kind of
financing
in their pocket.
them.
Yeah.
She's financing them. She's in their pocket.
Yeah, they're blackmailing her entirely. Yeah. So that's thing number one that it establishes. Thing number two is that Sam is feeling the need, for whatever reason, to get a team together.
I feel like he's got a team.
Sure, maybe at this point he's got a team.
We don't know who that team is.
And they're going to call themselves the Avengers. They're pretty sure. They're speculating.
He's trademarked it, so he is calling them the Avengers.
And there's some panic there. And thing number three, because we already know from the trailers and from everything we've been told that Fantastic Four, the majority of the events of Fantastic Four, is set in an Earth other than Earth 616.
Yes.
However, we get confirmation this establishes that they are crossing the rift.
Yeah,
that they are going to end up place. In our universe in whatever.
Yeah.
I think
why are they leaving theirs and all that stuff?
I think we all already assumed was the case, that they were going to come into our universe somehow.
Maybe they, because in the trailers we see Galactus. Maybe they lose to Galactus and they have to flee.
Maybe. I'm guessing it's got more to do with Doom than anything else, but we'll see.
The the big question is, because I in terms of the Sam Wilson part of that breakdown, I think it does establish that Sam's got a team, and he has, because I think that's pretty solid, because you got to have something to work with to trademark a name.
Yeah.
Like you got to have something established, right? You can't just, I guess you can trademark ideas, but I feel like he's got a team. The question is, who's on the team?
Yeah. Who knows?
So definitely him and the new Falcon. Does he have
I guess.
Hawkeye?
I don't really want that Falcon to be a part of it.
Ironheart?
Yeah. And if he does have Hawkeye, is it Jeremy Renner or is it Kate Bishop?
Right. Is he pulling in all the young Avengers to create an Avengers team where he's like the true old grizzled Captain America?
Hang on.
What?
Well, I just want to pull up that Doomsday cast announcement.
Oh, to see, you're going to break, like, we're going to divide the teams?
Well, no, I'm just curious. Like, we have answers a little bit as to who's going to be in Doomsday.
Is Thor on
Sam's
side?
Currently listed on IMDb for whatever that's worth. Chris Hemsworth is listed.
Right.
So Thor. Pedro Pascal, Sue Storm. Now, obviously, at this point, that's not a part of Sam's team because
they're just showing up.
Bucky Barnes is going to be in it, but obviously he's not a part of that team because he's part of the Thunderbolts, New Avengers. Shang-Chi is apparently in this film.
Oh yeah, there's one. Yep. He would have ties already to be a potential Avenger because of his post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Wong could be on that team, and so could Captain Marvel.
Tom Hiddleston is listed.
Yeah. Okay.
M'Baku is listed.
Yeah, he's gonna stay in. He's pretty stuck where he is.
Now we have
he's not gonna leave for
all of those X-Men
Avengers
listings, but I'm guessing they're not currently a part of that team.
No. I think they'll be an otherworld thing like the Fantastic Four.
Paul Rudd.
Ant-Man. Oh, definitely Ant-Man would be on that team for sure.
We have,
because those two have got history.
We do have, it looks like Sentry's going to be in Doomsday.
Cool.
It looks like pretty much everyone from this film is going to be in that.
Oh man, that would be seeing Sentry getting his butt handed to him by Doom would be mint, for the same reason that seeing Thanos kick Hulk's butt at the beginning of that the end game, not end game, it was Infinity War was like, oh crap.
We have Shuri listed.
Right. She's new Black Panther.
She's your Black Panther. So
yeah, she could be.
That makes sense. Yeah. She'd probably be a part of that team.
Yeah.
We do have Namor listed.
I can't see him. I mean, in the comics, he does every once in a while join the Avengers, but I can't see him joining the Avengers here.
And we do have the only other person who's not like a part of the Fantastic Four, a part of the Thunderbolts, or a part of the OG X-Men. We do have Channing Tatum's Gambit
right
listed,
which he'll fall into wherever the X-Men go, he'll land.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Or is it somehow the one from Deadpool, Wolverine? Like, I don't know. Right? They need to toll back his accent a little bit.
Oh, they will.
It was hilarious, but it was too much.
Well, it was hammed up for the film. Yeah. Because it makes it more funny.
We do also need to talk about the mid-credit scene. I mean, the mid-credit scene is one of those goofy gag throwaway ones. However, is it just me?
What was the mid-credit scene?
With the cereal box in the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just me, or was that clearly, painfully clearly, an afterthought that was shot after David Harbour had shaved his beard and grew his hair back. He just looks like David Harbour. He doesn't look like Red Guardian at all.
He was shooting for Stranger Things, and they needed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we're so used to the full beard
and shaved head.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good direction to go for the character, because like the whole kind of every time we've seen Red Guardian, David Harbour, he's been kind of like depressed, is kind of waning for the glory days, wanting to be part of something again. You know, like if we first meet him, he's in jail.
Yeah.
Right. So of course, yeah, you know, he's got the beard and whatever. And then the next time we really see him is here. Right. Again, essentially self-imprisonment. Yeah. Right. Wishing for the glory days. So to me, it makes sense that if he's now kind of back where he really wants to be, he's in his stride, he's feeling good. Yeah, you clean up. You make yourself look a little more presentable.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I liked it.
It feels to me like a real afterthought kind of thing.
I didn't feel that way, but I could see how you might.
Are you ready to score this?
Well, I mean, I don't feel like we touched on a lot of the stuff we really like, but we're starting.
Like what?
We're only an hour and a half in.
Like what? Not even.
I don't know. Like, what did you think of like the character growth of some of our characters? Like, I thought Yelena's arc here was beautiful, and Red Guardian kind of in tandem along with her.
So interesting,
kind of pushing her in that direction.
Interesting that you bring that up. I loved Yelena in this. I love all the characters in this. Ghost, I think, is a little underutilized.
Yeah. They don't dig into her past much.
No. But Bucky's great in this, Red Guardian's great in this, and Yelena's good in this. I think the person you kill in this film is Red Guardian.
Like him making a sacrifice play?
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it would have been really, really, really poetic. It would have been a great out for the character. And I think it would have been a real emotional obstacle for Yelena. And would have been, and is a character that is, even though we've only seen him a couple of times now, is beloved enough to us that we would have felt the impact. You could have made that a real emotional gut punch.
I don't disagree. I think the timing of it would have, in terms, so I like, because Yelena is kind of in like a parallel kind of dark place, the same as Bob found himself in, right? Like troubled past, not wanting to deal with that past, and kind of, we see a scene of her like she's just drinking herself to death. She talks about how the cycle that she's fallen into is like drink, job, drink, job, drink. You know what I mean? Like just kill people, forget about it, move on, drink. Where she kind of goes with Red Guardian kind of trying to be the good father that he's kind of forgotten to be.
Yeah.
And like his arc of kind of being like, I want to be the father you need.
Yeah.
And kind of that reunion moment that they have just before the Void shows up. That, like, I think that was so crucial.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, for sure.
I don't think you can get rid of that for this story.
No, I think you kill him.
At what point after that does he die? And I almost feel like if you kill him so quickly after that reunion, you almost like it's almost would be detrimental to Yelena's character for her not to kind of spiral a bit again.
I mean, I think there's a way to. I think he dies saving that girl, saving the little girl.
That's one of the thoughts I was having.
I think you kill him there, and then I think both while in the void helping Bob through his darkness, you also layer in Yelena being okay without Red Guardian. Right? Like that she's also in there emotionally struggling from the loss that she's just had.
Yeah.
I think there'd be a way to do that really powerful and really beautifully.
Yeah.
To me, that's what this is lacking, was a meaningful death.
You know what I think should have happened? Now that, because I agree with you. I think it needs, and I've said this before, like I've often wanted characters to die in films. I think even MCU films I've talked about it. Like somebody needs to, like there's no stakes here unless somebody dies. I think they should have kept Taskmaster alive until the final fight. Because Taskmaster was kind of like similar situation to Yelena, like Red Room girl, like essentially raised from adolescent, a young girl to be a weapon, right? I think if you carry her through to the final fight and she is part of that reunion, like Yelena and Red Guardian kind of like, do the reunion thing, and somehow you tie Taskmaster into that. Like you are also Red Guardian's kind of like a, I didn't get the opportunity to be there for you, but I'll be here for you now as well.
Yeah.
And then she makes a sacrifice play to save Red Guardian or Yelena. I think that's pretty poetic.
Yeah.
And that adds stakes.
Yeah.
I think that would have been, because I have a hard time with the idea of Red Guardian dying in this film because of
I think you kill them both.
I don't think I think you got to carry Taskmaster. If you're going to sacrifice somebody to add stakes, I think you got to carry, because like we've already talked about how Taskmaster's death is pretty much pointless in this.
I think it's still
it doesn't carry a lot of weight.
I still don't think, even if you carried her through all the way to the end of the film, I still don't think it's as impactful as killing Red Guardian. Because Red Guardian has the Natasha and Yelena tie.
I think it would add enough stakes. It would add enough stakes because she's part of the team.
Yeah.
Right? I think Red Guardian, you keep Red Guardian alive, and he passes away in the next film or one of the amalgamation films, the same way Yondu does.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to kill someone in Doomsday, if you're going to kill someone in an Avengers film, then it's Bucky, right?
Sure.
Then it's then it's because the threshold is much higher,
right,
in an Avengers film.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I don't know.
I don't disagree. I think Taskmaster would work better.
Yeah, but I do really like. I do really like Sentry in this.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's a funny movie. Bob's a funny character, but he's also a dark character.
Well, there's some interesting complexity there.
Well, the film really delves into past trauma and mental health.
Yeah.
In a way that, obviously, although it's...
And not pushing it down and forgetting about it.
Yeah, and although it's like inflated because he's got superpowers, right? Because he's able to like cause all this destruction and havoc with it, it's still done in a really real and potently relatable way. Mm-hmm. Right? Growing up, witnessing some of the things that he's witnessed.
Yeah.
Can cause you to spiral, can derail your entire life.
And it hits on a different sort of traumas and mental health thing. Like, so you've got Bob, who's got child abuse and spousal abuse and drug addiction and other things like that.
Yeah.
Acceptance issues. Yelena, who's raised to be a living weapon.
Yeah.
You got Red Guardian, who longs for past glory and can't accept his present state.
Yeah.
You got Bucky, who's kind of he's most stable of them, because he's actually, like, out of all of them,
he's done the work. He's
actually kind of like, he's kind of worked through a lot of that.
Yeah, we see that in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Which is cool, because he's kind of like, as the leader of the team, he's kind of like, he's not a he's not like Steve Rogers Captain America, where like he sets the bar for morality super high.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, no, kind of like Sam Wilson's, like in Brave New World, like people these individuals can get to where he is at.
Yeah. Where,
because Sam didn't take the super soldier serum, people can get to where Sam was at if they work hard enough.
Yeah.
And have the right friends.
Have some funding.
Yeah. No Wakandans.
Yeah.
And then you have Ghost, who, like you said, we don't get a lot. It's pretty much just throwaway lines from her talking about how her life sucked. She's always been, since childhood, essentially trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so and John Walker, who's dealing with accepting his past judgments,
the loss of his marriage
and family, and
yeah,
out of all of them, his is probably the, if you're gonna rank who's got it worst, because they actually kind of get into that at one point in the film, where they're like, who's got it worse? Like, they have a who's got its worst conversation.
I win.
Let's not start this conversation. I'm going to win this.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Walker has kind of got it the best out of all of them. He's made a couple bad decisions on his own merit.
Yeah. He's kind of that
got him where he's supposed to be. You
had it coming. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
Situation.
Pretty much everything that's happened to him is because he made poor decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, like Trump, like trying to accept those decisions and move forward and get healthy beyond them is still, mental health. Right?
Oh, for sure.
So
for sure,
it does a great job, and then, like you said, it deals with them so well that, like I said in my initial impression, like, you get invested in these characters.
Yeah,
I feeled for them, like that whole moment between Red Guardian and Elena at the end.
You feeled for them?
I feeled for them real hard.
Wow. That's
real good.
I've never feeled for anything.
Movie real good. Real good. Give me the feels.
Anything else?
Oh man. Yeah, I think, we touched on how this film, or the MCU, hasn't been world building well because of the big things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we still don't have anybody talking about two Egyptian gods fighting in Egypt that are 20 stories tall. But it does answer a lot of the small questions. And we kind of touched on it a little bit, but I'm just hitting it from a different angle here about how these shelved characters are now getting an answer to the question, where are they? What's happening to them? And I think that's kind of a fun thing to do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I like bringing them back in, and you
spent time and money building these characters, and they're still alive somewhere. So why not do something with them?
Yeah, and I mean, something that the MCU has lacked from time to time when we have things like, the She-Hulk show. I mean, yes, Bruce Banner shows up in it some, but like the MCU's been in this era of introducing new characters at a breakneck speed.
Mm-hmm.
And there is something about the old days of the MCU where, you were either getting a new Captain America movie or a new Thor movie, or you were going to get an Avengers movie where you got to see, like, there's Hawkeye. Hawkeye's back. And there's Natasha. And it's Iron Man and Thor and the characters that it just feels comfortable. It feels good. It feels good to be with them again because we know them and we love them. And I think to an extent, Yelena has kind of taken on that status. And that's something that really benefits this film.
Yeah, it's her third outing.
And then obviously Bucky.
And Buck, yeah.
Having Bucky there.
Yeah, they're a comfortable norm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is something the MCU's been lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And will be something good once, when Doomsday comes. And we have Thor there. And we have Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And we have
shows back up on the screen.
And it's still just like, it'll be devastating not to have Steve Rogers, because that's one of those comforts. It'll be hard not having Natasha there, because that's one of those comforts. It'll be weird having Robert Downey Jr. there, because he is one of those comforts, but he'll be in not a comforting role.
Yeah.
So.
And he could be Tony Stark as Doom, or he could be Victor Von Doom. We don't
know yet. Yeah. And honestly, I'm open for either. I'm honestly up for either, because it's I don't need to see Doom. I don't need to see the same story I've read 4 times over and seen attempted in several films, and I just don't need that. I don't. I'm okay if that's what I get, but I'm also okay if I get something different.
Yeah, if it's Tony Stark, I mean, there's comic book precedent for it, so I mean, I'm not gonna lose my mind. I'd be interested to see how they do it.
Yeah,
I would be more to see him as a Victor Von Doom and never see his face,
right? And
have Doom done right, because Doom is Doom's never been done properly.
Yeah, but if you never see his face, you don't bring Robert Downey Jr. in. There's no need.
I agree. It'll be sad.
I think it's very clearly not what they're doing.
But that's, in my mind, that's Doom. Doom never shows his face to anybody.
You know what, though? I trust it. It's the Russo brothers. They've, within the limits of the MCU, they've never done us wrong before. So this will be their 5th outing, and I'm excited to see what they bring us.
It'll be interesting.
All right, sir. On a scale of 0 to 10, how would you rate Thunderbolts *, the new Avengers?
Oh, okay. Before we get into that, I think the name Thunderbolts, where it came from in this, was fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Which, after Brave New World, the question was like, okay, where are they getting the name Thunderbolts from? Because in the comics, they're called the Thunderbolts
because Thunderbolt Ross.
Because they're led by Red Hulk Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes.
Which, man.
I thought he was going to be in this film.
Yeah, I think he still could have done.
I was sure he was going to be in this film.
Even because
right now he's in
prison. Yeah,
he's on the Rock.
Yeah,
or whatever they call that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Anyway, that was a fun change up. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I wish Thunderbolt Ross was there and a part of it, and that's where the naming came from. But whatever.
He gets a nod.
Whatever. Yeah. In terms of scoring, man, I really like this film. I think I'm going to go 8.5. Yeah, we'll settle at 8.5.
Wow.
Oh, man, I feel like it's pushing a 9, but it's not quite there, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. What did you think?
8.75.
8.75.
Yeah, that's the most. I think that's the first time I've given. But I mean, if you're going to give 2 decimal points, a 2.5 or a 7.5 seems like the way. Right? It'd be different if I was doing like 8.72.
I mean, by that, I gave it an 8.50. So
yeah, there you go. Technically, I gave mine an 8.750000. So
sure.
What'd you watch this week?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing?
No. Well, we recorded last Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Friday night, I was getting ready and then left for a youth retreat.
Oh, okay.
And I was away at the youth retreat till Monday. And I didn't watch anything Monday night.
So you got screwed out of family movie night.
Yeah, I didn't watch anything Monday night. And Tuesday night, I came home from the deck and I was working in the garage on a project. I was fixing a bike. And then it's Wednesday, so
jeez,
nothing.
Okay.
I had the opportunity, and I wanted to, but just it didn't work out at the event to watch the Minecraft movie.
Yep.
And so I was kind of bummed that I missed that. I was like, but I was busy doing other youth worker stuff.
Huh.
And then I did have the opportunity to watch Wicked because they showed Wicked on the Sunday night. And I haven't seen it before, and I still haven't because I kind of was like, oh, they're showing Wicked. I'm going to go do something else.
Oh, really?
I'm just not interested. It does not get my juices flowing. I'm just not interested or keen to watch it. I don't really care.
Interesting. Okay.
So I walked. Yeah, I decided to go do something else.
Interesting.
Yeah. What did you watch? Because I didn't watch jack all, and you got to fill some time.
Apparently, I did watch the Minecraft movie.
Nice.
Meh. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's weird because like.
Did you figure out what everyone was tearing theaters apart?
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Yeah, whatever.
Chicken,
I don't know. It seemed like it was probably full of fun Easter. There were a lot of Easter eggs that I got.
We've played a fair bit of Minecraft.
Many years ago.
Not that many years ago.
Like 5+ years ago.
We've played since I've gotten married, haven't we?
No.
No, you're right. 5+ years ago.
No. How long? You've been married for
6 years.
6 years. 6.5. 6.25 years. Okay, so we played like 4 years ago.
Sure.
Things have changed in Minecraft. It seemed like there was many references in the film that were like current Minecraft references. So there's definitely some things that went over my head, right?
Okay.
Like new items that exist. I'm like, they're clearly making a big deal out of this item. I have no idea what this is. I've never seen that before. So there was some stuff like that. It was weird in the sense that like it sort of felt like it was trying to go after the Pixar thing where like kids get a great time out of it, but there's a lot of jokes that will go over the kids' heads and are more directed towards parents.
Okay.
However, what Pixar does really well in that category, and the Shrek films and whatever, is that when they're doing something for the kids, it's never painful for the adults. This missed that mark.
It's painful.
There were times where I was like, oh, okay, now it's a kid's movie. Oh, okay, now it's an adult's movie.
It never blends
okay, now
the
it's a
two.
kid's movie. There may be some blending, but there was definitely some times where it was like, okay, if you're not...
This isn't for you.
If you're older than 9, you're not into this right now.
Right.
So, whatever. I think the only other thing I watched was Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the second Jurassic World film.
Oh. You've seen it before.
Oh yeah. Monday night was Monday was a rough day for us, and some family we're all kind of like, hey, do you guys want to hang out or like do something, just like be together? And they're like, yeah, you want to come over? We're gonna watch a movie. And they've been working through the Jurassic films. And they're like, oh, tonight we're watching Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And I was like, oh, I guess I am too. And
Didn't
so that's
feel
what
like
happened.
putting up a fight on it.
No, I was like, wow, whatever. I've driven here. I've brought whiskey. So I'll cope. It's fine. It's good. It does some interesting things that I applaud. It's definitely better than Jurassic World Dominion.
Right.
Total garbage film. But yeah, I think that's all I watched.
We saw a trailer for a new Jurassic film.
Yes. Had you not seen that trailer?
Nah.
No. Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested in the new one because
after the first Jurassic World, I just kind of like, I'm done with this franchise. I'm good.
I'm interested in the new one because it's got Scarlett Johansson in it.
Yeah.
And I like her as an action star.
She's awesome. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'll definitely see it. I'm going to see it. But I don't have high expectations after the last one. So, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all listed down below. We have a merchandise page.
Yeah. We'll be on a Wheaties box near you anytime soon.
Yeah. On the Wheaties box.
On the Wheaties box.
Oh, that didn't sound Russian on my part at all.
No, I don't know.
We're on box of Wheaties.
That would actually be some really fun merch. Like us three on a Wheaties box. Yeah. You could get around any kind of copyright nonsense by putting a Z at the end of Wheaties.
And we have a Patreon page where for low amount a month, you can support the show, get some fun perks in return, and just, show your support. Help us keep the lights on.
Because if we don't, we're going to do this in the dark. But you won't care because this is an audio-only format. Yeah,
we won't be able to upload. I mean, our thing here, we can run on batteries if we need to. But then the internet would be out without power, so we wouldn't be able to upload.
You go to the coffee shop to upload.
Right. It's fair. Okay. You know how much money I could see? We wouldn't be able to watch movies without power.
Oh, this is true. We could still talk about them.
Generator.
We still talk about them.
Gas is. We could just speculate.
Yeah.
What do you think this movie is about?
Yeah.
I don't know. Poster's pretty cool though. You think there's nudity?
Taskmaster's on the poster. You think she'll survive to the end?
You think there's nudity in this film? Oh yeah, I bet there is. Describe what you think happens in that scene. I'd rather not.